In this episode, I'm going to cover extending and reusing the app bar. I'll start off by customizing the app bar, and then I'll talk about reusing it from page to page. So to get started, I'm going to go to my application. I've created a bare bones application with a simple home page, and I call it the next page to show how I'm going to adjust the app bar or reuse the app bar from page to page. So what I want to do is look at my application here, and I have a simple application. It's a material application, and I have the home page, and it has an app bar, and I want to customize this app bar so I can reuse it instead of using the pre-baked app bar. So then the next page, it has an app bar too. So okay, let me get going. I'm going to create an extension here, a class extension. So how will I do that? I'm going to go class my app bar. I'm going to keep it something generically simple. You can name it something fun if you're going to do this. I'm going to say extends app bar. And by the way, before I get going into constructing the body of this class, the way I do this is I look at other classes in the Flutter framework and how they composite the extensions. And if you look at the app bar, that's one way. And then if you look at some of the other widgets, that might be another way to give you some ideas on how to extend. And it's mostly the magic of that constructor construction, what I'm looking for. So I'm going to make the body of this class. Okay, so now I need to define my constructor, because basically I want to have a bail method here on all my app bars. That's going to be my consistent override. I'm not going to get into this in a big way. I just want to start simple and show you the construction of this. Okay, so my app bar, I need to create the constructor. So I'm going to go my app bar, which is the constructor. And then I'm going to say I want the key, because I want to be able to pass that key on if I need to. And this is going to be an optional parameter in these curly brackets. And then I'm going to say I'm going to pass along the widget, and it's going to be a title. Okay, so I want to be able to pass, and I'm not covering delegating all the methods that app bar can do. Let's say I find another method in app bar. Okay, so I'm going to go up to app bar. You can see there's all kinds of methods that you could do, and I'm only working with the title, which if I command click, and it's a widget. Okay, so if I go back to the main, so I've partly constructed my constructor. I have two optional parameters, the key and the title. So let's say, okay, so now what I need to do is pass the key up if I have it. So I'm going to go super, and then I'm going to go key. Okay, so that passes the key up to the super class if it's set. In this case, it's going to be null. I'm not going to actually use it in this tutorial. And the next one I want to do is I want to pass along the title. So then I give it the title instead of having it as a final field here. I'm going to pass up the title. So I go title, and then I need to set it title. Okay, so that says argument title, and let's see, auto formatting, nothing new yet. So then what do I want to do? I want to provide a custom action button for every page. So that's going to be an icon button. So that'll be actions. So that I'm going to set actions. And then that actions property, what will it be? Let's look at what actions is. Okay, command click. Okay, it's a list of widgets. Okay, so how will I define that list of widgets? So I'm going to go widget, and this is going to be a literal list, so an array. Okay, and I'm going to hit enter. Let's see, auto formatting. Okay, it does a better job of formatting. It brings down the colon to the second line. Okay, so the very first widget in the actions widgets is going to be an icon button. I want to use an icon button, and I want to make it a bell like I have in a notification. I'm going to go new icon, icon button, and I'll finish that method. And the first parameter, I'll say icon is what kind of icon I want. That'll be new icon, and it's starting to get out of range. So let me just minimize the outline over there, icon, and I go icons, and I'll choose an icon, and okay, notifications none. It's at the top of the list. You can see the icons are listed here. This is quite nice now. to be able to see a preview of the icons. So I'm going to select notifications none, auto format. And that's Command Alt L on my system and operating system and IDE. Might be a little bit different for depending on your key bindings and your IDE. Okay, so that's IconButton. And then let's say, where am I? I want to go into the IconButton. Let's do a comma trailing auto formatting. Okay, so that it's always nice to put a trailing comma and then auto format. And then it's easier to add parameters. Okay, so then what I want to do on pressed, and I'll just do an inline empty bodied function here so I can press on it. And I could say print something. I could say tap. And then I have to do a termination for that line for a body. But let's do an inline function and make that cooler and then do auto formatting. Okay, so I can run this. Let's say I run from the beginning up here. I could have done hot reload too. Okay, so do I have what I want so far? Oh, I forgot one step. I got to implement my app bar. So let's say, okay, so then I go down to app bar. It's instantiated here, so I'm just going to add my app bar. And that's the first page. And the second page, I'll add my extension, and then I'm going to run it from the beginning. Oh, let's do hot reload this time. Whoa, that's fast. Okay, the bell is there, and I can click on it. Okay, let's see if it works on the next page. Okay, there it is. My extension works. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So let's just review real quick. I'll review what I created. I extended an app bar, had a constructor, added some optional arguments, just like the superclass, but I only added 2 of them, the key and the title. Passed up the key if it's set, and the title. And in this case, I didn't pass in the actions. I could from that, but I figured, well, I'm going to extend this and just pre-code or hard code the actions for every app bar. And in this case, it's an icon button with an icon that's a notification none at this moment. And I have the on pressed, and this is what I'll do on press. I'll just print out tap in the console. So extending a widget is quite easy. So that was pretty cool. So that concludes this video on extending the app bar and customizing it for my application and all its pages. Thanks for watching today. Follow me for more tips and tricks on Flutter, and I'll catch you later.